Hello everyone, welcome to Bayern Now, the ultimate Bayern Munich fan channel. Football is no longer here for the next 2 weeks, so you know I'm just going to talk about whatever I want to talk about. And today, the topic is the Balon d'Or 2020. In my opinion, Robert Balondowski deserves to win this award after years upon years of being overshadowed by Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo, rightfully so. I think if Bayern were to win the Champions League this year, Lewandowski should win it. Even without that, I think the season Lewandowski has been having so far, superb, only world class. And I think it's crazy because he's 5 goals away from topping his career season goals ever. He has 50 goals this season in 48 appearances, along with 7 assists. This guy's ability to be consistent is insane. He's outscored his Champions League performances. He has 11 goals in 6 games, 6 bloody games. And on top of that, he has 25 league goals in 23 appearances. And it's just crazy. If he's going to win Champions League Golden Boot, which he will, because I think the only player below him is Ilicic, and he plays for Atalanta. And whenever they go against a good opposition, he won't score. So that's I have to check that actually. I don't know if I did my fact check before that. I have to really check. So goal scorers, Haaland is second. So top Champions League goal scorer, Lewandowski 11, Haaland second with 10. So Lewandowski will win the Golden Boot unless, Lionel Messi or someone goes to the semifinals and scores 10 goals. Then that's when it happens. But Lewa so far 11 goals. Only Haaland is behind him with 10. And with Chelsea coming in that second leg after, I think they'll reschedule it for the beginning of April. I think Lewandowski will have a lot of fun. I think he's going to just get to that maybe 15 goals. He's going to score 4 more. I just have a feeling. And he's going to score a goal in the final. And we're going to win the Champions League final. I mean, Virgil van Dijk won 1 Champions League, had a good season for a center back, and everyone all of a sudden thinks he's the best center back of all time, and he deserves the Ballon d'Or, which I didn't think so. I mean, Virgil van Dijk is great and all, but he did not deserve the Ballon d'Or. But Lewandowski been consistent since joining Bayern, and before that Dortmund, he was consistent there as well, getting top scorer, and on top of that, consistently staying fit. And one thing I love about Lewandowski is just the attitude he has, the hard work and dedication he puts in. If you're going to give a Ballon d'Or to Cristiano Ronaldo, was it 2017, for working hard, which he didn't deserve, then you might as well give one to Robert Lewandowski. And what disgraced me last year was that he ended up 8th, I think, in the rankings, which is absolutely disgraceful. Kylian Mbappe got higher than him. Cristiano Ronaldo had an average season, and because of his popularity and because he has 200 million followers on Instagram, he went ahead and got ahead of Lewandowski, which pisses me off. But this year, I think if Bayern gets to the Champions League final, and even if we don't win it, Lewandowski will win the Ballon d'Or. I think, honestly, at this stage, I'm thinking Bayern versus PSG or Manchester City in the finals. I've kind of gotten past the whole Real Madrid will get past City. I don't think they will at this point. I don't know. I've watched a couple of tactical analysis of Real Madrid, and they're just not as good as I think and I thought in my mind. Just because they have world-class players doesn't mean they have a world-class team and a world-class tactician. They don't have any of that. So Real Madrid looking quite unstable right now. So it's going to be City versus Bayern in the final, or in that case PSG, which I think we'll just go past them because we have experience and we have clutch players, and we're better than every team in the Champions League. In fact, we haven't lost a single Champions League game. Let that wrap in your head. Bayern have not lost a single Champions League game. Well, it's only been 6 matches, but it's crazy how we're already at the quarterfinals and it's already only been 6 matches. But if we played Chelsea, we would have beat them like 4-0, and Lewandowski would have scored if he was fit. But luckily, they postponed it, so Lewandowski will be back for that game. Great. It's gonna be a great time for players to get injuries, or players that are returning from injuries to come back, because they'll just have that extra week to just recover, and it's just nice. This is almost a blessing in disguise. I think we should view it as that. I mean, Jesus Christ, Ajax players. Onana has 4 yellow cards in the Champions League, but yeah. So honestly, that's just what I want. I have an opinion on Lewandowski scored the most goals this season out of all of Europe's top 5 leagues. Obviously, if you go to a league like the Championship in England, I'm sure someone scored like 60 million goals. But seriously, Lewandowski is on top in terms of consistency, scoring big game goals, and he's gonna win trophies. If we win the DFB Pokal and also the Champions League and the league, he has to win the Balon d'Or, because usually they pick the best player from the best team. That's what they do, which I think is wrong. I think if you think Messi is the best footballer, you give him the Balon d'Or, because the Balon d'Or should be about the best footballer, not the best footballer from the best team, or because a team like Manchester United with Paul Pogba has a great talent like Paul Pogba. He played well last season. Do you give him the Ballon d'Or because he's the best player on their, he's one of the best talents? It just doesn't make any sense how they determine the Ballon d'Or. It's at this point it's turned into a popularity contest, and yeah, I'm not interested in the Ballon d'Or anymore. It's grown out of interest with it as well. The thing with the Ballon d'Or and the thing with FIFA altogether is that they have failed to let people know their criteria. They've tried to do the whole Lionel Messi, best player of all time, the best player, footballing wise, last season gets it, but Lewandowski doesn't even get top 10. But Cristiano Ronaldo's high up there. It's like they're trying to get it to be a popularity contest, but at the same time, they're just trying to make it, seem relevant. It's really not anymore. And if they're gonna keep making it, about a popularity contest, you'll see Cristiano Ronaldo get first, and all these big, popular people on Instagram and footballers get higher. Cristiano Ronaldo is a stat pattern, man. He is actually just, whenever he scores a goal, it's like everyone thinks he's the greatest player of all time, when in reality, that's his first goal after 6 games. It's just annoying to me. So Lewandowski deserves his Ballon d'Or. He's scoring pretty much every important goal. I mean, look at the game versus Tottenham, right? So remember the edge of the box. Lewandowski makes a little flick, and he bullies his way all the way to the top of the box, outside the box, and he reads the challenge. His back was turned to the goal. He turns quickly and shoots. He didn't even look at the goal. He didn't even look at where he was going. That's what you call big game player right there, right? The game's about to switch in that moment because his dedication. But if he didn't do that flick, we don't score that goal. So Lewandowski on top of this game. And if you can't see that, you must be blind. I'm looking at here, and Mislav Osic. I think that's been a player that everyone's been talking about. He's 27, Croatian player, and he's good. I mean, he has 7 goals in the Champions League, which is great. But at the same time, I don't even know. Were we in the same group as Dinamo? I'm not exactly sure, but I'm just going around here, and I'm thinking to myself, if Lewandowski, the thing is, 2 Bayern players are in the top top 7 goal scorers in the Champions League. Serge Gnabry needs 2 goals to be in 3rd. He needs 2 goals to be in 3rd, and he will get 2 goals if we play Chelsea, but we really don't. So, the thing is, what do UEFA do from here with this whole coronavirus stuff? Because we need to finish the Champions League season. I don't think anyone's going to be... Liverpool are knocked out. That's the best thing that's ever happened to a lot of football fans in years. United fans are over the moon. Bayern fans are happy because Liverpool came and slapped us in our Allianz Arena, Godlianz Arena. And they did that. And we're just happy Liverpool's knocked out. But to be fair to Liverpool, right? It's just not... even if... they'll win the league, but it's just a really weird atmosphere around football right now. It's just really, really weird. So for me, I think that what needs to happen is that Lewandowski needs to win this Ballon d'Or in order for the Ballon d'Or to become relevant again. Because, okay, if they're going to try to sneak the Ballon d'Or in as some sort of non-popularity contest, and it's all about, just the best player, technically the best footballer, they can't, they can't do that and not give it to Lewandowski. But if they're going to try to do it's just really confusing what France football do. Each year to the Ballon d'Or, to be completely honest. It's really confusing. So, in my opinion, Lewandowski needs to win the Ballon d'Or in order for me to really respect the competition, the award again. Because there's so many better awards, like FIFA Men's Best Player of the Year, or even UEFA Best Player of the Year. Because those awards are, I think, voted by players and half by journalists. I'm not exactly sure. The Ballon d'Or, though, it's like you know, the whole controversy where Luka Modric got a bunch of votes from countries that didn't even exist, from journalist sources that didn't even exist, and they didn't even go ahead and investigate that. Honestly, that's what's ruining the credibility of the Balon d'Or. I remember when Ronaldinho won it, and everyone know, okay, that's Ronaldinho, right? And Ribéry didn't win it, and then everyone's confused because you'd been giving it to the best player from the best team. Bayern was the best team in 2014 and 2013 and all that, but you didn't give it to us. So very, very weird. The Balon d'Or, the way they do their award, the criteria to get in, to even be nominated. Only one Bayern player was nominated in the top 50, top 100 or top 50. That's crazy to me because we won 2 trophies last season and they only nominated one Bayern player. I think if you're in the European top 5 leagues, like Neymar was nominated for the Balon d'Or, I think, but he didn't even show up, which is just telling you his dedication. If you're on the video, leave a like. And then we had players like Kimmich. Thiago had a great season as well. Fantastic season. Kimmich was the best right back in Europe. He wasn't even nominated for the Balon d'Or, which is crazy to me. And then on top of that, we had Gnabry. Look, I'm saying this because Ajax went into it because they got to the Champions League semifinals. You had like 4 Ajax players. Van de Beek. I've never even heard of this guy before the last season where Ajax went through to the Champions League semifinals. I had never even heard of Van de Beek. Donny Van de Beek. He might as well just been a dildo running around. Little old Donny. Like, I don't understand. How is Van de Beek and Delay and all these kids going to get in the Ballon d'Or nominations just because they went to the Champions League semifinals? But Kimmich, who best right back in Europe, most consistent right back, didn't even get into the top. He wasn't nominated. Gnabry. If you're going to rate Van de Beek, you have to rate Gnabry because Van de Beek had the same effect as Gnabry. Ballon d'Or, for me, is just very confusing. How do they nominate players? How are they determining what players rank, you know? How are they going to say, okay, this player is going to get nominated? Because I think they already know the winner because the journalists vote like a week or a month ahead, and they're just really casual, which is why you see like top 25 rankings come out maybe a week before, right? You see top 100 and then top 10. And then you start, it's very crazy, and then people start predicting, you know, from different countries what they think the Ballon d'Or is going to be. Poland, Lewandowski obviously won that, but I was disappointed last year. Never been that disappointed because Ronaldo Ronaldo was crap. I mean, Bernardo Silva, just because he won the Premier League, right? He went ahead of someone like Kimmich. Well, that's crazy. They were nominated and not Kimmich. That's crazy to me. Even Muller. Right, he didn't have a fantastic season all around, but neither did a lot of the players. Look at Cristiano Ronaldo. What did Ronaldo do last season? Win the Serie A and win Super Coppa d'Italia, whatever they call it. That's the only thing Cristiano Ronaldo did. And that's the only thing Bayern did. We won the league and also the DFB Pokal, which, in my opinion, are more valuable than the Serie A because Juventus have been running that for a decade now. So for me personally, I just think that the way the Ballon d'Or has gone, right? If you're going to give it to the best player on the best team, this year has to be Lewandowski because Bayern's the best team in 2020 and also, well, this entire season. You know what I don't understand about the Ballon d'Or a little bit? Someone asked to explain this to me. Do they take it from a calendar year or from the season? I'm kind of confused. But player of the season as well, or European, I don't know if that's a thing. But men's best player has to be Lewandowski if we win the Champions League. And that's, well, I think we will. We have I think we're favorites, maybe. No, I mean, according to the stats or whatever you want to call them, or the odds, Man City are actually favorites to win the Champions League. Bayern are second. And I think PSG come, and then you have Barcelona and these other clubs. But Real Madrid and they're all dead, right? Leipzig aren't, you know, favorites. But we have a huge chance to win it this year. And I think we will, because the competition we have isn't there. And they're not going to give us a huge tough act if we got to the final. The problem would be if we went to the final against a team like Liverpool, who are out. So that's great, right? We need a team that plays open, right? Like Man City. Man City will play us open. And we press them high. We be very physical against them. And that's how you hurt Man City. Be super physical and also very, very, you have a lot of big balls, try things. Play out of the back against them. That's how you beat a team like Man City. But that's what we need to do. Just win the Champions League, win the Bundesliga, and win the. I would trade both those trophies for the Champions League because it's just that important to me. We haven't won Champions League in about close to 8 years now. We won it in 2013. It's 2020. Okay, 7 years, which is crazy. We haven't been to the finals since that treble season. And imagine if we won another treble the first time we were in the finals. And what I don't want is to be in the finals 3 years in a row and only win it once. If we win the Champions League the start of this decade, right? If Bayern Munich goes down as the team of the decade, winning the Champions League first, we'll dominate it. You'll see we'll start dominating it more and more. We'll start, just investing. Players will start coming to Bayern more because they're like, oh man, Bayern just won the Champions League. I want to go there. Havertz will look at it and go in the summer, my goodness, Bayern just won the Champions League. I want to play for Bayern now, and I'm going to do whatever it takes. I'm going to push a move. They're going to pay only 70 mil or 50 million for me. Sane is going to be more enticed because he's going to be like, okay, the pressure's not all going to be on me because you have all these great players there. So I think that's the thing with winning the Champions League is not that Lewandowski not only wins the Balon d'Or. Players will want to come to Bayern naturally without us having to pay fees. Because if a player like Sane wanted to come to Bayern, City wouldn't be, he was trying to push a move publicly, like Pogba's doing, trying to get to Real Madrid. If players did that when Bayern came in for them, we would pay significantly less because the club would know that player's unsettled, they want to move to this club, and they wouldn't want to keep them, and they would have to undercut their price. That's how we have to do. But we have to win the Champions League this season. We have to, because we'll be the dominant team. We will be the Real Madrid of this decade if we win the Champions League. We'll be the team that dominates. We'll be the favorites every season. We'll be getting all the best players. Bro, do you have paper? Because every mofo took it. Do you have paper? Oh, toilet paper. I don't understand. Why are people stocking up on toilet paper? What is that going to do? So, for me, in order to really be the dominant, what Bayern should have done in 2010s, we were the dominant team until 2013, right? Where we won the treble. What we should have done was, if Jupp Heynckes stayed with us just a few more seasons, like 3, we would have won the Champions League 3 more times. Because we were the most dominant team in Europe. We beat Barcelona, one of the greatest Barcelona sides ever, 7-0 on aggregate, not letting them score. Tactically, we were perfect. And then we went and hired Pep Guardiola, the same manager we slapped up 7-0. And what we should have done last decade was start investing, win the Champions League, and keep the same management. We didn't do that. Jupp Heynckes just wanted to leave so badly. We should have kept him. We should have told them, you know what, Jupp, you're fantastic. The players are loving you. We won a treble. Let's do it again. Let's see how it works just for 2 more seasons. I think Bayern would still have been dominant. And that's the problem with me. If we don't win the Champions League this season, where we're the big favorites, when are we gonna win it then? How is Lewandowski meant to win a Balon d'Or? Lew is 31. He's not getting younger. And also next season, Liverpool will be back in it. Real Madrid will probably have Pochettino, and you'll have all these. Barcelona will have Ronald Koeman in the summer or something. You'll have all these big teams ready to go and pounce back on the Champions League. And what will we be doing? We'll be sitting here going, Sergio Dest, come to. But if we win the Champions League this season, not only does Lewandowski get the Balon d'Or, Hakimi from Dortmund, the right back, we'll just call him, you want to come to Bayern? He'll be like, yeah, I want to win the Champions League with you. And he'll come because we won it. But we have to win the Champions League. That's my most, that's where my focus is at. I want this trophy so bad. It's in here. I said I want to watch my team lift the Champions League at least 3 times this decade. It starts now. We are the favorites. Liverpool are out. The teams that could really hurt us are not good. Man City is the only team that I think could hurt us. PSG are so crap. I mean, look, they have good players, but their tactics, what's his name? Thomas Tuchel. He's a terrible game manager. He doesn't make the changes. He doesn't know how to cope with the pressure. And the thing with PSG is people look at their scores and say, wow, PSG just slapped the team 4-0. Well, that's because they're playing in the Ligue 1, and anyone could slap a team 4-0. Whereas in the Bundesliga, we're benefiting from the toughness of it. Because it's so tough this year, we are benefiting so much from the likes of Leipzig and Dortmund giving us a run. Even Paderborn gave us a hugely tough game. Tougher than Chelsea. And then look at Leipzig. Leipzig went to Spurs in London, a team that's never been in the Champions League before in the quarterfinals, and slapped up Spurs 1-0 and came to them to what's like you were seeing the Bundesliga dominate this season. Spanish teams, I'm so glad Atletico took out Liverpool. But if Atletico Madrid are a team that I think, you know, in any other circumstance, Bayern would beat Atletico if we were in the same shoes as Liverpool. We would beat them. We've never won against Atletico in the Champions League. Then again, we haven't faced them that many times. It's too small of a scale to measure. The thing is, we play differently. We open teams up. We carve them open with intricate play, with movement. Liverpool only cross. That's their difference. And that doesn't really, you know, crossing works against Atletico as long as you take your chances. But when you give them one little chance, one little sniff of blood, they will come for your head. When they smell blood, when they see it, that you're bleeding, they will absolutely pummel you. And that's what you have to do against a team like Atletico. You get one chance, one goal. Kill their morale very early on. If you don't score first, they will score first and they'll defend the hell. They'll park the whole goddamn Wanda Metropolitan Stadium on their goal. They will do that. But if you score first, they'll have to come out and then you can score more. That's how you beat Atletico. You have to work harder than them. You have to be incredibly hard working against Atletico. And then you have to be incredibly focused and intricate and technical. Players like Thiago, Atletico don't like them. Why do Real Madrid always win against Atletico? Real just have all these like X Factor players, players that can just make a run and burst through and score. That's what Atletico, you know, fear. They also fear players like Lewandowski in the air, physical, right? Atletico don't fear a player like Messi more because it's just Atletico play with such, you know, high intensity that you have to just match their level. But this Atletico side isn't good. They're leaking goals. You could see against Liverpool. It wasn't a defensive masterclass from Simeone. It wasn't the Atletico of old. They absolutely got pummeled for 100 minutes, 94 minutes to be precise. And then in the 97th minute, and lucky goal, right? Let's be honest, Atletico should have lost before the game ended because Liverpool should have scored. Robertson should have just headed the ball a little bit down. Liverpool should have been through, no problem. But because now, like, that's what football does. Bayern have been in these situations where we destroyed the opposition. We were all over them for 90 minutes. And then guess what? We didn't take that chance that fell. And we lose the game. That's exactly what we can't do against a team like Atletico. And this season, I'm more confident that we won't be doing things like that. I'm confident that when we have the chance, we take them. We have different players that take chances. Usually we only relied on Lewandowski, or we only relied on one player. Now it's Gnabry. Now it's Thomas Muller. Now it's Thiago. Now it's Kimmich. Now it's Davies. We rely on everyone in the team now. Now it's Alaba to get an assist. We have so many different players that can step up at any given time that I'm so confident. Before, 2 seasons ago, it was usually just Lewandowski or James Rodriguez. Muller wasn't even playing, right? But this season, the reason why I say Bayern can and we probably 1,000,000% should win the Champions League, not will, because this club can make me feel any sort of way. In the 99 final, we should have just cleared it, but we didn't clear it correctly, and it fell to Manchester United, and they scored 2 goals in injury time and beat us, and we should have won that game in Moscow. But it didn't happen because of the way Bayern can do things. We dominated United for 90 minutes straight, but those little 2 opportunities to clear the ball and get rid of it and just go back and defend and win the Champions League, that we would have 8 Champions League by now if we played and took our chances. But this season, the reason why I'm so confident that we won't choke is because we're not relying on just one player. We're relying on everyone in the team. Everyone in the team is in form, right? And then our bench is full of players hungrier. Like if we're not scoring a goal, we can just put on Goretzka. Goretzka scores a goal from midfield, scores a goal from the edge of the box. You know, gets in a good position in the box, he'll score. Right? You always have these. You need these type of players. These players that can just do anything and it works. That's what I want. That's what you know has just been making me feel so confident with Bayern in regards to our Champions League hopes. And when we win the Champions, hopefully we do, then Lewandowski deserves to win that Balon d'Or, right? Because he won the best trophy and he's the best player on that team. Technically, you could say the best player is everyone. Because, I mean, it's just so amazing how you know what? One thing is that we always had was that error player. Matt Hummels, I love the guy. He was a great servant of the club. You can go back through old videos when I said we sold Hummels, and when I was, just talking about it. I always admit it. Hummels is a lovely, lovely guy. But the thing with Hummels is he's error prone. He's from Borussia Dortmund. They're not. Hummels will just make a little error. He's too relaxed. Nope. He's just so casual in his stuff. He'll always make an error. That's one thing I always had against Hummels, right? We don't have Hummels anymore. We have players that you can count on in big moments. You have Thiago, who can just make a little turn, and next thing you know, he takes out 3 players, and he goes and gets an assist. You have that now. We have Gnabry. We don't have any error-prone players at the moment, right? Maybe you can say PAVARD, but he's not that error-prone. So if anyone, what are your thoughts about Lewandowski winning the Balon d'Or? Because for me, if he doesn't win the Balon d'Or, I'm just gonna take the Balon d'Or off my mind, and I'm not gonna care who wins it, because I think Messi deserves about 10 of them. Honestly, even when Cristiano Ronaldo won it, right? Messi was better as a footballer and also probably in the statistics, right? Ronaldo win the Champions League and he'd win the Ballon d'Or. So what do you think about the Ballon d'Or, right? I also think it's just Cristiano Ronaldo is a great player, but he just wasn't not on the level of Messi, because if we gave the Ballon d'Or only on you as a footballer, Messi wins it. Messi wins it every time, right? Because he's the best footballer technically. But if you're gonna give the Ballon d'Or based off these little aspects, if you're gonna give it based off I don't know. But what are your thoughts on Lewandowski winning the Ballon d'Or? Because if it doesn't happen, I don't care about the Ballon d'Or anymore. I really want to know. Okay. Oh, jeez. I mean, people are saying a player like Thomas Muller is gonna be the reason we don't win the Ballon d'Or. Come on, people. There's like 5 of you watching. Someone has to comment. Okay. Thoughts on Lewandowski winning the Ballon d'Or? I'm not gonna stop the stream until I get opinions, because this is all about opinions. Okay, to all the brain dead Muller haters saying he's the reason we haven't won 2 more CL trophies. He's the reason we won the Champions League 2013 semi-final against Barca, scored the first goal, assisted the second goal, pushed Alaba away so Robin could score, scored the 4th goal. Yeah, Thomas Muller was insane. Just a great player. He's gonna be the reason we win the Ballon d'Or again. Muller is just, we have so many players in form right now. And everyone knows on this channel, I love who scored. While I'm waiting for you to answer if you think Lewandowski should win the Ballon d'Or. We're all Bayern fans, but you could have a different opinion. Someone could literally say Lewandowski is crap, and their opinion would still be somewhat valid. Muller has 16 assists. Serge Gnabry is behind him with 9. That's kind of crazy. And Alphonso Davies has 6. Because they don't count all your assists. Oh, yeah, he does have 6. Jesus Christ. How does Pavard have 2 assists in the Champions League? I swear he's crap. I swear. But, looking at this here, our best provider in the Champions League is PERISIC. We have so many players that are just X factors. You could put on PERISIC and he'll bring something different. You put on Coutinho and he'll bring that long shot that could bin out a team, right? What Liverpool didn't have against Atletico, again, long shots. If they had Coutinho, they win that game 10 times out of 10, because Coutinho could just whip a shot from 50 yards if he had the space. And Liverpool did have a lot of opportunities to whip a shot from 50 yards. They had also a good amount of, like when the ball rebounds and then someone just smacks it in, we have so many X factors. So looking at these statistics, everyone knows I love this. I want to look at team statistics. So we mainly attacked on the left hand side with 38% and right hand side 37%, but that literally means we're attacking from the left hand side. And all our goals overall, we've had 56 goals come from open play, 8 come from set pieces, 4 penalties, 4 counterattack, and 1 own goal. So we've only conceded teams have only conceded 1 own goal against us. I would expect that's more. Even the goal we scored against Liverpool, it was just an own goal. Bayern Munich versus Liverpool. Yeah, look, As much as I don't like the fact that we lost to Liverpool, I'm kind of over it now because they've lost. Jesus Christ, I still can't believe, right? Van Dijk assists Mane in the 26th minute. 39 minutes later, Gnabry with brilliant play makes a fantastic opportunity for, who was it? It was, Gnabry had an own goal against Matip, and then Van Dijk, in the 69th minute. If we just scored one more goal after that, I think Liverpool, man, we would have just negated their away goal, and then we should have won that 3-1 if we played well, but we didn't. First leg 0-0 at Anfield. We're the first team Liverpool hadn't scored against at Anfield for a long time, right? In 2019, right? A year ago, pretty. Whoa, that's been a year. Mad, and I'm still mad. I still remember every little detail of the goddamn game. So seriously, people, what are your thoughts on Lewandowski winning the Balon d'Or? Please, I cannot look this stupid in front of my own freaking camera. I mean, man, we had Rafinha. I think, honestly, why didn't we start with Goretzka instead of James? James is great, but he was not that good. We didn't even start with Kingsley Coman. Alphonso Davies never even played. Liverpool played with MULLER and Matip. Very injury-prone players, and they still beat us. Van Dijk with a goal and assist. So disgusting. Hated that so much. In our own stadium as well. Jurgen Klopp, I'm so glad he's lost. I guess I'll type it. Please. I'm serious. You can just go and type it in the chat. I'm so serious right now. I think I spelled Ballon d'Or wrong. Yes, you have me spelling things wrong. I'm serious. You are all annoying me right now. Please. Come on, please. Wow. You have me sneezing here already. No one's gonna even say bless me. Okay, we'll just I can BS my way and stream more. I should be playing FIFA, to be fair. Let me just turn on my Xbox and make sure that nothing loses. And I've just turned off my controller. The Xbox is still on. I'm telling you, please tell me your opinions on Lewandowski winning the Ballon d'Or, because I'm not leaving the stream until I get an answer. I'm not. Jeez. So I want to look at who scored Bayern versus Liverpool. I never did look at it because, now I'm like more, I don't care as much, but still. Imagine if we lost in the round of 16 last year and win it this year, and Liverpool lost in the round of 16 this year in their own stadium, just like we did. That would be crazy. So ratings-wise, Javi Martinez was all over the place in that game. You have Lewandowski was second in ratings with 7.59, which is weird because Lewa just didn't do as much as I thought he did. But I mean, look, Lewa got, because Lewandowski was actually really lively. He was creating, he was trying his best, pressing all over the place. Hummels was there as well with a huge rating. Okay. Oh, not the. I'm looking at something else. So, come on, tell me your opinions. No one really cares about me, huh? All right. So in that game, our best player was Hummels, which is stupid because he wasn't. But I'm looking at the head-to-head. That's what I'm looking at. Actually, match report. That's what I'm looking at. So we attacked on our left-hand side because we had Rafinha with Alaba and Gnabry. Okay. Total shots, Serge Gnabry 2. Everyone else had the same amount. Top performers, Liverpool. No Bayern player in there. Dribbles, Frank Ribery, Renato Sanchez. Weird. We should have played Renato. He would have made so much more sense. I'm not. Why is this not here? We played a 4-2-3-1. Liverpool weren't even that brilliant. I mean, I'm looking at the ratings. Henderson was crap. Wijnaldum was crap. Oh yeah, Henderson did get injured. It does not want to tell me the little. Everyone knows I like that. So people predicted Lewandowski would be man of the match. People predicted that. I mean, more people thought we'd lose than win. So bit annoying. Come on, people, tell me your opinions on Lewandowski winning the Balon d'Or. You're gonna make me go ask Twitter. All right, fine. I'll go ask Twitter. Thoughts on Lewa winning the Balon d'Or 2020. Okay, Twitter. I guess I'll ask Twitter. Please. No one cares about me. I'll take it as that. You know, no one on the stream cares about me. They don't care. Yep, they really don't care. Well, I guess they don't care. Kind of weird how. Okay, so Lewandowski. We were really trying to isolate Trent Alexander-Arnold because he was caught up so high up with Wijnaldum and also Salah. We were trying to isolate him so bad. Look how every single piece of play was coming from their side. And we were so, and then we put Gnabry out wide on the right. We were trying to really target Trent Alexander-Arnold, which just tells you about Liverpool's team. The fact that there was no other players for us to target. We had to target that Trent guy. Man, I just wish we just tried more, man. I wish we did. We didn't even. Yeah, it wasn't even like a game. It was such a boring match versus Liverpool last season. So I just asked Twitter, and I won't stop until this, it gets responses. Lewandowski. I cannot wait for the responses Twitter has. Anyone here picked up the coronavirus yet? Good question. It's kind of crazy how there's no football going on. So wait. Okay. League goals this season. Lewandowski is second. And Ciro Immobile is first with 2 goals, but that he's played more games. And the thing is, so he's player goals, team goals. 34% of Bayern's goals are Lewa. 30% of Barcelona goals are, surprisingly, Cristiano Ronaldo is third with 21. Ronaldo's having a good season, well, an okay season. I mean, he's not that great. I mean, come on, thoughts on, come on, please. Come on, no one wants to answer me. Okay, I'll wait. What are your thoughts on Lewandowski winning the Balon d'Or? We've been at this for a few minutes. It's really embarrassing knowing that no one's replied yet. But it's alright. I'll wait. I can wait. Cristiano has 21 goals this season and 22 assists. Now, Serie A won't be won by them. I think it's gonna be Lazio. Yes, I'm gonna dauntingly say that. I think Lazio are just so freaking good. They have a better defense than, actually, Juve are on top by a point, but they're crap. Let's be honest. Juventus are absolutely crap. And Serie A is quite right this year with Atalanta, which is weird because Atalanta will get clapped in the Champions. Atalanta could go through. They have the second best goal differential behind Lazio. Lazio score more goals than Juventus and also concede less, which is crazy because you think Juventus are this top team, but they're not. Okay. I guess no one wants. Okay. No one wants to add up. Okay. We're waiting. Welcome to Bayern Now, the ultimate waiting now show. Okay. Roma are back. Napoli. Jesus Christ. I want to look at the tables. Looking at these tables, man, what's Ligue 1 looking like? I mean, it's just PSG running through it as always. I mean, oh my goodness. They're up like 12 points here. Which is actually it's a madness. Because Marseille, Rennes, where's Lyon? Lyon are 9 points off 4th. Oh my goodness. I thought Lyon were back again. But, I mean, look at Olympique Lyon. I mean, dang, jeez. It's crazy. Such a, it's really sad how PSG just run over the league. I mean, Kylian Mbappe was injured, 18 goals. I mean, Ben Yedder, Jesus Christ. How did Ben Yedder just... Monaco are dead. They're 9... Oh, wow, there's 3 teams here with... 3 teams here with only 9 points up top. And then 1 point off European places. So it's a real battle for European places, not the title. Yes! Thank you, A.G0901. Thank you so much. You think he deserves it? Thank you. So, I've been waiting here for about 10 minutes for someone to tell me their opinion and thoughts on Lewandowski winning the Balon d'Or. He deserves it. And that's a word I didn't use. He deserves it so much. Lewandowski deserves the Balon d'Or. This guy has been under the shadow of Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo for years now. He scored 4 goals in the Champions League. Was it quarterfinals versus Real Madrid? And it just, you know what? It's a bit deserved how he's gone under the radar because Bayern have been crap over the last 7 years. Let's be real. It's just this year. If we win the Champions League, which I think we have a great chance of doing, then he'll win the Ballon d'Or. That's really what I'm focused on. But thank you so much, AGO901, for the opinion. Because now tell me why. Tell me why you think Lewandowski deserves it. Is it because I mean you have a few players in there. Jeez, I want to win the Champions League so bad. That's what I want. I have it written here that I want to see my team, Bayern Munich, lift the Champions League at least 3 times this decade. It has so many things that I just want to see. I just want to see it. Ever since that year, I've not seen us do it again, and I just want to see it again. I just think I want to see. We've got Dele Alli. I just don't think you understand. Thank you so much. Now I'm gonna look at the Premier League table. Should I show this? I don't think you need to see this, but nah, there's no need. There's no need to see this. But like I was saying, the sooner we win the Champions League, the more players want to join. So that's the most important thing. But the Premier League, Liverpool leading. Well, City have a game in hand, but otherwise Liverpool would be up by 22 points. But right now they're up by 25. Okay, someone was telling me how they think Liverpool shouldn't get it even if the season isn't complete. They will. Come on, you would have to be an idiot not to think they'd win it. They've had 1 loss, 1 draw, 27 wins, which is crazy because you think, oh wow, the Premier League, prestige league. But I mean, you have teams here that are just getting run over. Look at Manchester United in 5th, or on 45 points. That is crap. Jeez. Well, I'm saying that's crap, but I haven't looked at the Bundesliga. I haven't. The Bundesliga, it keeps taking me to this stupid website. I guess I'll click on the website. The website is better anyways. So Bayern, we are 55 points, but considering we played 4 less games, I mean, still that's not good. But that just tells you the competitiveness of the league. We're 4 points clear at the top. Wait. Oh yes, because Leipzig lost twice. Or they drew once and lost twice. Or lost once in the last few weeks. But Leipzig, man, went from flying high to boo. Remember when Mönchengladbach were up top? And people thought that was who's going to stay up? But no, not happening. So, I mean, looking at the Bundesliga here as well. Europa League. So, Europa League is Bayer Leverkusen. Oh, that's crazy. Bro, look at the top 6 Bundesliga teams. I bet you, if you put them against the top 6 English Premier League teams, right? I think Bayer Leverkusen beat Manchester United just on the fact that they have a better tactician and they play more intense. Chelsea will get beaten by Mönchengladbach because it's just more experienced, better. Leipzig would run over Chelsea, and Leipzig would also run over Leicester City because Leicester are great, but they're crap. Bayern would run over Liverpool. Like if you're looking at it here, Schalke would really have a battle with Wolves. It's man, Bundesliga would come out on top. Let's just say that. It's absolutely insane. I just don't think you understand. We've got Thomas Müller. He cost zero euros. Müller. Ooh. We've got the Müller. Top scorer in Bundesliga and Champions League. If Bayern wins the CL, he must win it, no doubt. Yeah, since they give it to the best team and best player that wins the Champions League, they always do that. And then yes, I absolutely believe that. Last year, I actually thought Van Dijk was going to win it. Not that I wanted Van Dijk to win it. I thought he was, but he didn't, which is crazy to me. I want to check. Franz Beckenbauer, did he win a Balon, or is it 2 Ballon d'Ors he won? I think he's the only defender outside of Cannavaro to win it, right? Well, yeah, 2 Ballon d'Ors for Beckenbauer. I mean, this guy was the GOAT. How tall was this guy? I think he was only 5'11". Yes, the Kaiser was only 5'11". Fantastic footballer, man. Oh, jeez, a captain. I want to make a video reacting to him, but there's none because he played in such a vintage era of football. That's the thing. Franz Beckenbauer, Gothenbauer. He won 3 champions. He won 1 Euro. He won every trophy you can win as a footballer. World Cup with Germany, Footballer of the Year, Ballon d'Or, Champions League, Bundesliga. Right? He won every trophy you can win as a footballer while playing in the same league. And he played for the New York Cosmos. Never freaking knew that. He played for burgers. He flipped burgers for a living. Ballon d'Or voting is corrupt. Yes, sir. It absolutely is. I mean, I'm pretty sure probably a huge chunk of these so-called journalists from these countries in Africa, well, and South America probably, they're not regulated. I mean, how do they check if these journalists are real people? And also, I feel like some news sources might put journalists in weird locations and just, add them into the Ballon d'Or voting ranks. It's weird. That's what I was wondering too. How did they determine what players are nominated, right? Because Bayern won 2 trophies last year with fantastic players, right? But Ajax got to Champions League semifinals, right? But because Ajax got to Champions League semifinals, we all of a sudden didn't matter. We absolutely just, it's so irritating because Kimmich should have gotten in there, should have gotten nominated. Alaba, because look, Van de Beek got there. If Van de Beek gets there, Muller should have gotten there because Muller had a great second half of the season last season. It's just so weird to me how we didn't have that. But honorary president, what does Franz Beckenbauer do now? He was a sweeper, but we know a sweeper is just back 3. You're the player at the last. You always step in and just this guy was such a. He scored 58 goals, 73 assists in 580 games. Oh my goodness. I mean, looking at this here, so he was at Bayern from all his youth, right, under 19s till 1977. He spent like 13 years, literally, it says it right, 13 years at Bayern. We moved to New York Cosmos in the 80s, and then or in 1977, and then went to Hamburger and flipped burgers in New York City. And then what happened then? He went back to Hamburger, went back to the New York Cosmos, and then he retired in 1983. Crazy. Man, I love this guy so much. Franz Beckenbauer. I mean, just his face looks daunting. Seriously. I swear, if Messi wins the Balon, if Cristiano Ronaldo wins it this year just because he scored goals, I'm gonna be pissed. He's not gonna win Serie A, let's be honest, he's not. Lothar Matthäus, that's who I want to check next. I think he won 1 Ballon d'Or, right? Lothar was also an absolute baddie when he played. I wish I knew, you know, he won the World Cup as well, didn't he? He won the World Cup in... France won the World Cup in 1990. Well, Germany won it in Germany have a lot of World Cups. It's actually insane, because I never thought Germany was this dominant in the World Cup. But they won a lot of World Cups. I mean, crazy. Beckenbauer would also play for Inter Milan. So I forgot about that. But he won the Ballon d'Or while at Inter Milan, which is annoying because that should be another thing. But you know, these players, so insane. Oh yeah, thank you everyone so much for watching the stream. I totally forgot I was still doing this. But Mia San Mia and peace.